What does it mean to be a manager?
Great question.
Throughout my career, I managed hundreds of people. I won a few Best Leader awards, and well, Lenka says it drives her crazy every time again we meet somebody from the past who tells her what?
It's really crazy. I mean, I get messages on social media telling, oh, I see your wife of Alexander, and he was the best manager I ever actually met in my life. So let's say it doesn't help my ego, right? But it's absolutely amazing to see actually what made Alexander such a great leader, such a great manager. So I keep regularly asking those questions, and every time I can come up really with the same kinds of answers.
When I was a manager of all those people, I always told them, I said, you know what, you guys, you're doing all the work. All I do is make phone calls, sit in meetings, talk, and send emails. So what can I do to make you more effective? Because that's what it's about. As a manager, you want to use the available resources to get optimal result. And 80-90% of your resources, unless you're in manufacturing maybe, is your people, your team. So what can you do to elevate them? That's the number one question that I ask myself as a manager.
Well, and in order to do that even is to have regular meetings, right? Because I can tell you that most managers I had above me, they were constantly busy with fulfilling tasks, making reports, having meetings, having phone calls, solving problems. Where am I as an employee? I mean, you are my manager and I hardly see you, right? And when I already see them, it was, okay, great. Do you need help? I mean, that's not what it's about. You as a manager have to be proactive, right? So that's why productivity is important, so that you have your tasks, your work sorted out, and you have actually the time to work with your people, to interact, to talk. And feedback is so important, and more important is even the way how you give feedback. Because probably of the stress and not enough time, feedback currently looks something like this. Alexander, you did it really wrong, and those are the mistakes. Keep working on it, and in case you need help, just come to me.
Thank you.
It was the worst feedback ever, probably. You want to follow something that we learned, and it's called sandwich.
Oh, well,
why sandwich, right?
Yeah, why sandwich model? I remember hearing about this already 7 years ago, and I found it a bit lame. Like positive feedback, constructive feedback, positive feedback. That's a sandwich.
Not enough time.
I found it lame. I said, you know what? Just give me the negative thing. I can handle it. I'm strong. I'm going to improve myself. No. This has been designed for specific psychological reasons. One of the key elements for your team members to do an amazing job is what? It's self-confidence. So how do you give people self-confidence? By telling them nothing unless they did something wrong?
Yeah.
No, make the positive a mandatory thing. Also for your team member, look at it together. Because when somebody knows what makes them great, it creates self-confidence. They can build on that. And yes, there are improvement points always as well. What matters most is that you sit down and you give your perspective to help the other person grow. That's what feedback is really about. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. So if you want a team of champions, make it a priority to give them the feedback that they need.
And how will it look? Well, Alexander, I think you've done an amazing job with the Excel file. You sent in on time and it was really nicely made. It was in beautiful colors. It had all the information.
Thank
so
you.
What could you do even better is if you shuffle the columns a little bit so that I have it ordered based on the date, and afterwards I see the names of the clients, then it would really help me, see the why, it would really help me to communicate this in a faster way to my clients and my contractors.
Okay.
And overall, I just want to say thank you. It was an amazing job what you did, and I'm sure that the next Excel file will be even better for you and for me. Thank you so much for it. See how it's just different? It's just saying few times nice words and it doesn't hurt you. Moreover, if you want your people to be independent, you need to give them confidence so that they have the courage to take independent decisions. So positive feedback in the form of sandwich, is the way to go.